He slapped me so hard last night, the pain was unbearable. But he also said it was my mistake. I made him do things that turned him into this monster. Is this really my fault? These are the questions that a domestic violence victim keep asking herself. Hi, I'm Iti Rawat. I'm the creator of Red Dot Initiative, which has supported and rescued more than 500 domestic violence victims since pandemic started. I'm using the pronoun he in this podcast as 85% of the cases received have men offenders. I'm in no way suggesting that men are not the victims of the abuse, but looking at the numbers, I would like to stick to this pronoun. And thank you for your understanding for that. Red Dot Initiative started with a very simple idea of placing a red dot on your palm if you are a victim of abuse at home. Many of the victims do not come out in open due to sense of fear, log kya kahenge syndrome, shyness, or even guilt. And unfortunately, we as society also fail them many times by just becoming a bystander and not by doing anything about it. Just a few weeks back, yesteryear's superstar and current Instagram sensation Zina Taman, she posted a photo of herself in hospital gown. She was at Mumbai's hospital and she wrote in a caption that there has been an elephant in the room with me for the past 40 years. It is time to show this elephant the door. Of course, she never mentioned who or what this elephant was. Domestic abuse can be physical, emotional, financial, or even sexual in nature. From physically harming a person to controlling everything that is being defined as domestic abuse, even in the Indian government law. Recently, there was another very big industrialist whose divorce case came to limelight and he was alleged as an abuser. So, if you think that only a certain socio-economic strata is facing this situation, you are absolutely wrong, my dear. Even in educated society, we see domestic violence and abuse are prevalent till date, and this social evil is actually eating up our culture and our traditions. But this podcast is not about what happens to the victim, but about how to decode the mind of an abuser. Imagine what can make you so harsh that you can raise your hand on your own partner whom you love. First and foremost is that abusers see their victim as their own extension and not as a separate individual. A separate individual would need empathy, love, and connect. But when an extension doesn't behave in a way he expects, they punish him. The mind of an abuser is very sensitive to reactions. His ego is so flared up that he would not be able to tolerate any criticism, even if it is constructive one. They feel insulted quickly and do not shy away from showing who is more physically powerful. They are always more vulnerable. They are mostly the perfectionist who cannot take a disagreements and find those imperfections in themselves. Any instance of their downfall will make you the reason for it. They will start giving you the silent treatment, gaslighting you, try to take control over you. And these are just some of the signs that they start showing immediately. And do not ever think that an abuser is fearless. In fact, they are really scared about ruining their reputation in public. Hence, they will continue to tell you to not have a confidant, to not share emotionally a connect with your friend or your family, and definitely do not share anything that happens in the house to the outside world. They will make you submissive and private. They are always anxious, and their emotions typically come out in the form of physical and verbal abuses. Controlling is just a mechanism they learn by putting you down, by name calling you, shaming you in private or in public. There are several other different type of abusers, but if you are facing any situation like this, you can ask for help. This is not normal. Every human being of different age or gender, despite their roles in your life, have right to live their life respectfully. And by showing your rage, you are not just making your life miserable and full of guilt, you're also harming others. No amount of manipulative behavior will solve this, but you can go for a therapy session. If you see or resonate with any of the patterns and beliefs which we have decoded earlier, please take help. When you start accepting that your behavior is not normal and it is causing the toxicity in your relationship, that is where you will be ready for the help. No matter what the problem has been, nothing can be more healing than love. Mental issues are just like catching cold and cough. If medicine is not administered on time, this turns into fever and pneumonia. You just have to take care of yourself and ask for help now. If you think that you need to know more about it, reach out to us on weft-foundation.com or asmee.co.in. This is Iti Rawat signing off for today. Do share your feedback in comment section if you like the podcast, and do subscribe us on Asmee, the untold stories of women.